Greetings there, fellow explorers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RuneScape Dragonwilds. Episode 2, Exploring the First Dragonkin Vault. Now I will be polling you guys about what to work on once I'm out of the sort of starting beginner phases of the game, where you'll have more input of whether you want me to spend some time building or spend some time making better gear or dungeon diving or whatever. Railing's a bit high, but, you know, whatever. It's a temporary building, so I don't really care. Alright, so here we wanted a campfire. And I'm gonna have the campfire craft that way. We'll stick the water in there. We'll stick, half the wood in there. And start boiling water. So that my in-game game can hydrate. And I'm going to collect a little bit of water. Now, water does weigh a bit. It's like 1 weight unit per water. So you don't want like a bajillion water on you because it will actually weigh you down, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to do. But now I'm getting a lot more bang for my buck hydration out of this water because it's clean. And then I'm going to actually pull the water out and start cooking the berries for dried berries. Because that will start to level up my cooking skill. And in leveling up my cooking skill, I'll get better at it over time. And then let's also put in a torch in here so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Do I not even know how to do that right now? I don't have the torch. Should be... Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Now you can actually see stuff. If we want a bedroll, I need more coarse animal fur, so we'll get that in as well. I'll just have to kill some more rats. But let's go ahead and put the spinning wheel in. And this spinning wheel can spin the coarse animal fur into coarse thread at a 3-to-1 ratio. And then we can also spin the flax at a 1-to-1 ratio. And then I'm also going to want the... Okay, we have some burnt berries, but I'm also going to want a few chests to store stuff on, too. How does the building actually feel with snapping a rotation? Really good. You can make some really nice-looking things at very low effort. So I'm pretty pleased with the building system, with its stability and flexibility. Really no complaints there. So the last status bar on the bottom left here is rest. And, you're not going to want to do much fighting when you're really tired, because your stamina regeneration rate will take a huge hit, and you will not be able to fend for yourself all that effectively. And then another part of the UI that I haven't explained yet is the top right, which is the day-night cycle. In solo, when you hit escape, you pause the game, but like if you're playing multiplayer, obviously you can't pause it for other players. But there is a day-night cycle where if you sleep at night, you will sleep till the morning. If you sleep during the day, you'll lay there and you won't pass time. And again, this is a solo thing only. You need multiple people to lay down to pass the night on multiplayer. All right, back to crafting. So here's an ash chest. I want to... Yeah, actually, I'll put an ash chest down. I'll put 2 of them for now. Or 1, I guess. Oh, and I just got what I need for, like, fishing and farming. And I'm not going to jump to that just yet. I'm just going to continue doing the tutorial. So, what we really need is coarse animal fur, which I only have one of. In order to make the bed. So time to go hunt. And luckily the rats have like glowing eyes, so they're pretty easy to spot over distance. You can also hunt the chickens if you want, but like that's just going to give you feathers for the most part. Which is good if you're an archer. There we go. So I got the animal fur. Perfect. Now I can put a bedroll. And that allows you to then have like a claim. Which is useful because when you die, you'll like respawn there. So here we go. Fulfilling the requirements the old man set out. Give myself a nice night breeze here. I'm even going to open that up. There are some like half walls that I can put in here just so that things can't attack me. There's like medium walls. And if I really wanted to, if you're wondering, oh man, that seems higher, I'll show you just the flexibility. So here's a medium wall, and if I go to advanced snapping, I can put them half tile up, which might seem more natural height. Breaking down the stuff I've built so far because it looks wrong. And again, I'll invest more time, effort, and energy in the future making a proper base once it's voted priority. There. My construction hit 10. Did that unlock something nice? No, 11 is the Eye of Oculus. And at 8, I got triangular pieces. And then at 17 or 16 lumberjack, I can find bird nests when I cut down trees. Which is pretty handy because, you know, that gives you arrows. Another thing is my logging axe is pretty broken, so we can just repair it with 1 stone. And it's like full repairs. It doesn't, I won't need to replace it unless I get a better quality axe. It doesn't have like a, you've lowered it's the maximum durability type thing. It's as good as new once repaired all the way up. Some games have diminishing return repairs, but not this one. So now that I have the bedroll, I can claim the bedroll. And as I said before, sleeping will allow you to skip the night and alleviate fatigue. And then if you lay down, you will slowly regain rest during the day. It doesn't let you skip the day. But being well rested is good for you. So here we go. We're going to head back to the old man and talk about the next step in just a second here. Good enough. Wow, I didn't actually burn the fillet. I kind of assumed I would. So for now, I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna have organized chests or anything like that. What I'm gonna do is just put everything away. Hold left control and just dump it all in. Alright. While keeping food and water on me. Sorry, cow. You got animal hide that I wanted. And leather and stuff. And now I can make a stone range, which is way better of a place to cook things. Alright, ask about the dragon slaying quest. Oh, and I also just got the ability to parry. Good, you've built yourself a shelter. I mean, I could do the same, do with some work. Rather, it could do with some work. We're going to be here a while. Have you considered the decor at all? Not yet. Maybe some better lighting, curtains, a single potted plant? No, you're right. It's not important. Why live it up when there's so much squalor to enjoy? Anyway, look. We're set up here, but there's one of our number missing. Young Cathan, an adventurer in training who came along with us. He disappeared after we got the lodestone working. Vanished before you arrived. I'd like to track him down. To do that, I need to cast a locator spell. I'm just missing one ingredient, which I'll need from you, antlers. You can get them from deer. Hunt one and bring me the antlers. Then we'll get started. But first, here, take this. So I got a Tome of Construction. And it wants me to hunt a deer. I also just unlocked the Eye of Oculus, which is like a builder view. So the Eye of Oculus is a new spell which enters like a no-clip camera, allowing you to just like build without having to walk around your base. So if you're trying to build like a giant tower on your base and you don't want to have to ascend the tower, you could just use Eye of Oculus and build it as if you were floating. Pretty handy stuff, to be honest. Pretty handy stuff. Depends on how you want to build. Alright. One of the things I want to do, if he's telling me go kill some deer, is I want to diversify my gears a little bit. So before I go kill the deer, what I want is, well, I can already make some mage armor. What I was gonna go for is a ash battle staff. And the reason for this is deer run away when you fight them. So using melee weapons is pretty dang foolish, because I'm just going to be chasing something that is significantly faster than me. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. So as you can see, the oak tree is red. That is because my astral projection, sorry, I'm always going to say that wrong, is not high enough level to do oak. Or no, specifically, actually, I take that back. My axe that I have is stone and can't do oak. So it's the quality of my current axe that is the limiting factor, not the spell itself. So if I had like a steel axe or an iron axe or whatever, I'd be able to do that oak tree no problem. But I am projecting my physical axe outwards. And the same is true of related skills, like there's something similar for mining as well, for instance, where you can auto mine with a spell, but it only really uses the quality of the pick that you're holding. Moxie, thank you for the resub. Alright, that should be, I'll just leave those logs there. They're not going to go anywhere. There we go. We've got ourselves an ash battle staff. And I'm going to put this on 2. The stone club, I'm actually just going to hold X and destroy. I really don't need it. And just put everything else away. So the battle staff, the way this works is this one has a 3-hit combo, and it does 1.9 rune damage. So if we take a look at the runes, I have air runes, which does 13 to 18, and fire runes, which do 6 to 10. Fire runes also come with the perk that they will often set things on fire for damage over time. I really like air rune attacks. Fire rune attacks are just not... They're good in some situations, but they're generally just not what I'm looking for. The other thing I want to do is to stick our runestone or rune altar here, so that I can make more runes in the future. So let's go bag ourselves a stag. So in this case, what you could do is crouch to sneak, or just to start blasting from a distance, which is also reasonable. This stag here is about to hit the cliffs, so they're not going to have any more wiggle room, making them easier of a target. And I can also hit X to lock target, which isn't perfect, but allows me to kind of like pseudo auto aim, although I just hit that Kebbit. Sorry, Kebbit. And there we go. We've got antlers, probably. Yes, we got antlers. Get over here. Where you think you're going? You can see why I wanted a ranged weapon for this, because a melee weapon would have been infuriating. Because they are obviously faster than I am. By a lot. Okay, screw that guy. he's just booking it. You are gonna die. And I wanted more than one antler. Why? I don't know, but I did. Better to be an ambush predator in this case, because that one didn't really have time to react. It just got it quick. I also had mentioned this before, but if you want to mine the rune essence that's floating, just like knock it to the ground with spells or arrows or whatever. So now I'm going to mine all this stuff because rune essence is everything for spellcasting. So if you don't have rune essence, you ain't going to be doing much. With that said, rune essence to rune ratio got patched pretty recently so that you are given a generous amount of runes for your rune essence. It used to be, just a few weeks ago, that certain spell types, because I only have 3 right now, but there's way more than that, were very rare. Looking at you, Law Rune. And Law Runes, why I call that out, Law Runes allow you to like teleport, fast travel, and you can't craft them until your rune crafting is level 50. So they were really important if you wanted to travel around the map, and kind of hard to amass, but now that isn't the case. It was briefly, though. Alright, when am I going to get... Okay, 11. So at level 11 mining, I will get, like, a mining spell, which will make getting rune essence just a bajillion times faster. Coming into my domain? False. And these will also be regenerated over time as well. So mining them all the way out is no problem. You'll get them back. Now over here, because I was recently home, I have a coziness bonus, which is like a comfort bonus you get for being near your base, which is another reason why having a really nice base is helpful, because it will reduce your food and water needs. Now, food and water needs are pretty easy to fulfill. It's just you have to remember to continually keep your numbers up. But later on, there will be meals that are special. The meals that offer you bonuses, which will be important to continue eating if you want to level up in certain things. So if you want to grind skills and spells, it is smart to, like, make a ring and then drink a potion and then, like, eat a certain meal, and then your level gain for that, whatever you were trying to do, becomes a lot better. So let's go ahead and make some... I'm going to make 38 air runes, and let's do it. Oh god, hard. Oh god, why did I attune that hard? Okay, screw me. I don't have any of the passive abilities that, like, make this easier. But, you know, whatever. Let's fail upwards. Not doing too bad for now. No, actually, this is going okay. Booyah! I got double. And so I have 425 air runes now, and the real bonus here is it's my favorite spell, Wind Step. Wind Step. So this is like a Featherfall plus jumping ability, which is super, super, super important because there will be a lot of parts of the map that you cannot reach without this spell. Okay, back to the old man. Tavasker, welcome into the chat. Happy to have you here. The other thing I want to do is, ooh, you know what? I'm going to mine a few more up because I'd like to collect runes of every type of magic. And then as I mine, I only need one more level to get the rock explosion spell, which is going to make collecting this stuff just a lot easier in the future. Okay, I now know Rock Explosion. So I don't have Earth runes to cast it, so I'm going to want to collect Earth runes, but it allows you to auto mine. It allows you to mine a, like, 3-meter wide sphere of stuff instantly, which is super, super nice. So getting Earth runes to utilize that spell would be great. This is a nature rune, or vent. And then over there is a fire one. And I should be on the prowl for an earth one. Listen to all them angry gobbles. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Now the goblins will drop goblin packs, which are just like loot bags full of random stuff. So in this case, I got a healing potion and wheat seeds. Nice. My first potion. Before I head over to the old man, let's grab this fire rune too. And just to show you, I will also cast some fire spells because you've seen a lot of air spells. So in order to change, what you do is you go into your inventory, you go to your runes, you right-click fire rune. Oh, I can't even cast fire runes yet. Derp. But that's how you would do it. And for combat runes, there's only wind, air, and fire. I can't use nature, law, or astral for combat runes. Oh, and they dropped some law runes. Nice. All right, old man, you're up here. I've done what you asked. Here's your antlers. How are you getting on? Got me antlers yet? Ah, excellent. You got one. We can begin. The ritual is a bit old school. Proper druidic guff, but it's handy in a pinch. It homes in on the spiritual residue of our subject, in this case, young Cathan, using this old shoe of his as a spiritual connection. Vile, but useful. Just don't sniff it. Then we'll just point to the antler at the map, and it will point straight to where we'll find him, or at least where he spent most of the time in the last couple of days. And now, we just need to spread the rune essence like so, add a dash of this weird ungent stuff Zanuck made from snails, and then siege the goblin castle and look for Cathan. Ah, the castle. Not ideal. That place is a veritable goblin stronghold. Go see if you can find him, but make sure you're geared up for a fight. I am not geared up for a fight. So, chat. What to work on? Up to you. I'm gonna give you 1 minute to vote in that. Quick little poll. And in that minute, what I'd like to do is to collect some more runes for a wider variety of spells. And to collect, you know, whatever other resources I can get my grubby little hands on. So this is an earth rune, or vent, anima vent. Call it by what it should be, where I get earth runes. And let's use Rock Explosion in a minute. Once I find something worthy of exploding. And I just got a secondary attack for leveling up my spellcasting, my sorcery. And the secondary attack allows me, it's kind of like a knockdown. So, one, let's use the Rock Explosion on these stones. Way easier than mining. I just got 68 stones. And the other important thing to note is I got all the experience I would have if I mined that manually. I didn't cheat myself out of the XP. I just fast-tracked everything. Alright, so here's the knockdown spell for air. Boom! Well, okay, it did nothing to the rat. I think the rat was like just over the hill, so I didn't have a line of sight. But yeah, it kind of stunned it. And this is a lot more effective against like enemy spellcasters and archers that would use ranged attacks on you. Stuff like that. Alright, it looks like overwhelmingly you guys want me to improve my gear. I do not disagree with that assessment. Not in the least. So, to that end, I have got some basic, like, mage armor stuff for coarse thread here. And then a cape to put on. I'll even make myself a community cape because it's, like, free. So what I'm going to do is improve my gear. Okay. Improve my gear. And I'm going to do this maybe a slightly different way that you didn't expect, but yeah, we'll see. The world wakes. Can I use the axe spell on felled trees? No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to this thing. And if you middle mouse click it, you'll get a ping. And it's up that way, 200 meters. There's a different spell to use on trees that are downed. If you're wondering, it would be this one, Splinter, that I get at level 27. Don't got that yet, though. And the evil version of Splinter is Shredder. Sorry, bad joke. It's not April anymore. Ah! Don't bite my butt. I'm gonna go mutant turtle on you. Alright, So we're heading here, and what these are is they're essentially instanced dungeons. So let me pause a second and just explain big picture. Your fighting ability is entirely gear dependent. The quality of your gear, in this case I have a level 2 power level Ash Battle Staff, is because I crafted one, right? My skills here might offer me a bit of an edge, like being able to parry or special attack or block. But essentially, it is my gear level against the gear level of the enemy or the power level of the enemy. So if I want to be able to survive against level 2 enemies, I'm going to want level 2 armor, right? And my current armor is 2, 1, 1, and the cape doesn't count. The cape never counts. So as a result, I'm going to want access to better gear. Now, what I could have done is I could have just made like the apprentice set. But in this case, I want to go into this dungeon. So these dungeons are like maze puzzles, and you have to solve them to open them up. They do respawn, and they are guarded. So as you can see, there's a switch there that I can't get to. And the guards are obviously going to want to stop you from getting through them, these Vault Guardians. But there is a lot of rewards to have in this dungeon, and there's a lot of other alternative reasons for me to want to go in this thing. So this is my first, like, Dragon Vault, or whatever. John, thank you for the resub. Cheers. One word of advice. Show up to these dungeons with a very empty inventory, because a lot of the stuff you loot in here is like heavy as hell, and you're gonna want the inventory carry capacity to get the stuff. There's one specific item that all of these vaults have, which are hella heavy. So yeah, just like trust me, you're gonna want a nice empty inventory. Alright, we leveled up runecrafting. Now we can make water runes from scratch. And I don't have water yet, but cool. Ooh. Open barrel, wooden pile, red wall mounted torch, purple standing torch. Also, my advice is to never leave stuff in these chests, because you won't know whether you've looted them or not, and they won't necessarily respawn. So if there's like blueprints in them that you've already gotten, or resources that you don't want, just like delete them. Don't throw them on the ground because you'll litter everywhere. Just hold X and delete them. It's worth it. Okay, now I can use fire magic. I don't love fire magic, but I'll use it to demonstrate. I'm just trying not to trip my way into a bunch of hulks. Fire magic is like a more AoE spells, but they're less direct damage spells. Oh god, you dove at me big. So as you can see, I'm not really getting through this hulk with fire. Ouch! Dude, I have feelings. Guess it's a good time to drink that potion. It'd also be a good chance to use my stun spell. As you can see, that's basically what it's for. And the spells are AoE, so if there was like 3 enemies clustered in front of me, it would knock all 3 of them down. Handy stuff. Can we start a chicken farm? There is no animal husbandry, at least not yet. Oh, here's a fire rune. There's a lot of like utility spells with fire, especially around cooking and the like, crafting and cooking, so even if I don't like the fire spells for attack, they're really handy to have as for utility spells. Ooh, a mining scroll and a lumberjack potion. Alright, mining's 15. At 16, I get the ability to get gems off of the things I mine, which is pretty cool. Yeah, burn my butt. What is my next major? 11, I get Surge. I won't be using a lot of Surge because Surge requires Law Runes. So it's not a utility spell I'm going to spam a lot because Law Runes are still kind of important and low-key a little rare early on. But I'll at least demonstrate it a few times. It's sort of like a blink ability. And a lot of these abilities also get modified over time. So, some of your basic spells you're getting now will get improved later on with use, which is neat. Surge is one of them. Oh, you're a sentinel. So sentinels are like spellcaster guardians. Nope. And in each one of these dungeons, there are, sometimes there's like secret rooms and stuff, but there's also, important blueprints to learn and uncover. Nice. So I just got Surge, which is channeling arcane power into my dodges. So I get a blink ability. For now, I really want to level up my like general sorcery, which is why I'm using my battle staff as my primary. It's also my highest level weapon. But later on, I will demonstrate all the types of combat. Some range, some melee. I can cluster these together, get 2 hits for the price of 1. No, you don't. Alright, my carry weight, 182 out of 400, so I'm doing fine. So here is these gray blueprints are ones that I already have. So I was saying before, you should break them down. Because if you leave them on the ground, they'll just be on the ground forever. Like that. Which isn't a problem. Like, I guess it's up to you if you want to, like, litter. But it does get annoying later on when you, if you ever circle back to a dungeon or whatever, you'll just be auto-grabbing everything that you just keep picking up. So this is a vault core. Vault core is kind of important because the vault core allows you to build a teleportation lodestone, which allows you to then, you know, teleport around the map. And you're going to find vault cores in the vaults, and this is a dragon vault, so it's one of the primary reasons I came here in the first place. Oh, also, I forgot to do something. Nope, this is not one of them. So if you see one of these statues holding with one hand fire, that's important. But that one has 2 hands. All right. There. Obviously another vault core in there and a switch, which I might be able to trigger, but this is a switch back to the entryway. And it opens up like a boss room of sorts. I might also, and this is, complain is a strong word, but it's one of the problems I have playing this game, maybe is the way to phrase it. A lot of the quests in this game, it isn't procedurally generated, so there is a bit of an advantage in that you can just look up where you have to go. But there are a lot of quests in this game that don't tell you. They're just like, go talk to like 3 spirits, but like it won't inform you where those spirits are. So and the reason I'm referencing this, in this case, when I leave this vault, I want to acquire all of the blueprints this vault has to offer, and I probably have to resort to going to the wiki to make sure that I've completed it fully, because there isn't really a it won't tell you. There's no mousing over it and being like, you've 100%ed this vault. Ooh. That's a good find. That is a law rune siphon. So now that I have the ability to make lodestones, we're going to want law runes to power our teleportation. Now, unlike outside, I cannot build indoors. I can't build like a crafting table here, even if I had the materials. You're not really allowed to build in these instances. Oh, this is a concentrated law rune. Oh my goodness, lucky me. I have 329 law runes now. Some of the anim events, like maybe 3% of them, 5% of them, will be concentrated, meaning you can get 3 times the amount off of them than normal. And the next time I come back here, that one won't be concentrated, necessarily. It just is a random chance to happen upon one. And, there's even magic which will tell you, like, where the concentrated runes are. But, yeah, that's awesome to get that many law runes early on. Okay, I don't know how to get into that room over yonder. Actually, I don't even see a way into the room. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's continue the paths that are open to us. That makes sense. And here is the Vault Guardian, the boss, the Overlord. You can cheese the fight. It seems like he doesn't know how doors work. But let's go fight him legit. And there's a lot of bosses like that, especially with the wind step ability that you have. The wind step ability allows you to fly, more or less. So here's the surge ability, which allows you to do a mini teleport. And it doesn't, if you see right above my health bar, I have 1 charge of it left, and it is on a timer. It's something that you can only use 3 times before recharging it, or casting it again. And casting it in the middle of combat is easier said than done. Like, I could, maybe, it's on a cooldown right now. Oh! Crap. Thought I could finish that combo. I could not. I'm gonna be over here, guy. The other thing I could do in this case is to build a lodestone just outside. And that would give me the ability to teleport back here if I had another lodestone. It requires end-to-end lodestones for teleportation. And I'm just mousing over the blueprints I've learned. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for myself to regenerate a little bit more and then fight this legit. Because obviously I could just like kill him from here, but I feel a little weird about cheesing. 82 health, that's... Oh, you were wise to my plan. Now I'm using the magic staff because my other weapons are like a level 1 and they're just not going to be effective against a level 2 boss. I would be doing 10 damage a hit instead of like 25. And down you go. Bye bye, big boy. Thank you for tuning in to RuneScape Dragonwilds, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but I'm not looking for feedback or spoilers. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, viewers that came to the live stream, and also viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits, so thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow adventurers.